Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you'd like to see, remember to hit that like button. You want to see more? Hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is F1 2018, episode 24. We're in the career mode. We're in our second season in Montreal, Canada, at the Circuit Villeneuve. And we are wrapping up practice. I got green on fuel management and qualifying pace. Could not get purple. The requirement on qualifying pace was ridiculous. To get purple, I needed a 5th place or better. I managed to get a 7th place equivalent lap time. As you can see there, a 1:11.922, and that is going to be quite hard to replicate. I was really on it for that one.
As all the cars are now over the line, your top three again.
4th fastest, Sorokin's 7th fastest in the session.
Raikkonen. Practice times are on the board then, but no points are on offer just yet. We'll be back.
Alright, so we're going to be heading into qualifying here in a moment. Before we do, we're going to take a look in the garage here. We've got a few things to glance over. First off, our resource points. Not as much for this session as I got most things done in the second session. I had rain in session number 1. Alright. Our new team goal, our new team objective is to qualify 11th or better. Today, that's a possibility, but it's going to be tight. Weather forecast, qualifying, and race looks dry, but we did, like I said, have rain in free practice 1. Team objective is just 18th. I definitely believe I can pull that one off. McLaren has moved ahead of us from last race to this race. Remember, we've been at the back through most of the season. We've had 1 10th place in Shanghai or Beijing, in Chinese Grand Prix, and that's been it. So it's been difficult, partially still getting used to my Thrustmaster wheel. It's different if you don't spend the time on it, and sadly for me, my time when I'm not recording for the channel and I do play games haven't been my racing games of late, so I have not made that kind of progress. Now, I do have 2 aero upgrades that are going to be ready soon. However, I need to get to work on this powertrain sooner rather than later, and I've still got department efficiency to finish off, so we're going to go ahead and make one of those upgrades now. And we are now just 1 away, so 1,800 points. This is the most expensive upgrade that we get, but it makes such a huge difference when you actually start going out and buying. We're down to 300 for that first engine upgrade. These upgrades, a little bit cheaper. That's going to be about 3,500 points or so to get the quality control upgrades. So we still need close to 5,000 before we can make our next powertrain upgrade. That's expensive. We now have the weakest engine on the grid, and that's a problem. We still have the weakest aero package on the grid, but you can see with these 2 huge upgrades coming, at the moment at least, we're going to move ahead of Toro Rosso and possibly ahead of Force India as well. The chassis department still on top, though the gap has closed as I have not made any chassis upgrades in quite a week. They would be relatively cheap. Tire blankets, 431 for that upgrade. As we're fairly late in the upgrade pattern in there, but with only 7 left, and it is maximum cheap. Same with the aero, but those are gonna have to wait. Like I said, I need to get the powertrain going. The aero, I might slow down my series of upgrades on that now that we're at least competitive. I might try to go for 1 upgrade at a time in aero and then have rest of the points start feeding into powertrain so that I can get that going as well. All right, well, with that, I'm ready to head into qualifying. Car's in good shape as we started from the back of the grid last time to put all new parts on. And with that, car's in great shape.
Welcome again then, and we hope you're ready for another fantastic session as the teams prepare to unleash their cars for qualifying at the Canadian Grand Prix.
Coming up on the end of the first lap here. And it's a pretty good one. I've had my best turn 2, which is my weakest corner. And where does that put us? At the moment, P3. P3 at the moment. This corner right here is my weakest one on the entire grid. I lose the most time right there. Upwards of a couple tenths of a second each time. I'm going to be heading back into the garage here. And then we'll see where we're at. Times are still coming in. I'm a little slow in the first sector, but only a little. I'm about 2/10, a quarter of a second down on my teammate Sorokin in the first sector. But I'm good in sector 2 with a representative time among the top teams, and I'm fastest in sector 3. The final chicane is one that I tend to be a little bit faster on than the rest of the field. I'm a little aggressive on the curbs there and really make up some time. You can see that I'm a tenth of a second faster than Perez right now, who's second fastest. Ocon has slot in between my teammate and I. More time still coming in, so I'm down to P8 at the moment. Let's see how many are behind me, though, because that's the big test. There's still... Ooh, Hamilton's the first lap. Oh, he's got a penalty. And his first lap was invalidated, it looks like. He's definitely faster. He'll be faster. He'll get back out there. Vettel will be faster, and Grosjean might be faster. So it looks like I'm... Yeah, 8th place. I'm comfortably into Q2 for now. For now. There we go. Hamilton's second lap is fast enough for first place here at the moment. And I'm still 2/100ths of a second faster than Lewis Hamilton there in the final sector. So... not cheating it or anything, but I am just a little bit faster than everybody else. Hamilton, probably his advantage mostly is coming down that straightaway in the final sector. I'm getting my time on the chicane itself, but that Mercedes power is definitely making some good time. So it's still in P9 with 10 minutes to go. I'm going to start speeding things up. I think I might have enough here as it is right now to get out of the first qualified session. Vettel went faster, that was expected, down to 11th. This is where I'm getting nervous. Grosjean's probably going to improve his time. Ocon is probably going to improve, and Sainz is probably going to improve. That still should have me inside of the top 15, but it is awfully close as I drop to P12, and Van Dorn has gone faster. I might need to get back out there.
We're 12th
Yeah,
in
down
the
to
speed trap,
P13 now.
333.3 kilometers per hour.
333, nice. You say 333? Yeah, I guess that would make sense. We don't use kilometers in the US. I have to convert that in my head. Third, Sorokin's now out of the mix, and it is too close to call. I think I need to head back out on track. Leclerc looks like he's right now. Let's see. We'll see what his first sector time is. Oh, it's not showing me his sector times. Oh, come on. Because he's coming down the back straight right now. And he's about to come across the line. Oh, he's just now starting his hot lap. Okay, that's why it wasn't showing me anything. Nobody else is running a hot lap right now, but Gasly's on his warm-up lap. Ericsson did not move up. I'm in P14, so all it takes is Gasly and Leclerc to
Best
get
lap
above
so
me.
far is a 1 minute 11.7.
Wonder if I should go back out for one more. Down to 224, I better decide soon. Okay, yeah, we need to do it. Everybody's coming back out except for Ericsson and maybe Hartley. So I'm gonna head back out on track. I'll see you at the end of the lap. See how we do. And that's gonna be P17 to start the race. I didn't get my lap in. Sirotkin jumped me. A lot of other cars jumped me. I was 2 seconds away from the start-finish line to start my hot lap. It took that long to get out of the garage. I had, 2:15 on the clock? By the time I got out of the garage and onto the track, 2:15 turned into 0 after getting around the track once. Shouldn't have taken a full minute to get out of the garage, and a warm-up lap's slower, obviously, but not that slow. Claire jumped me. Wow, Ricardo just 13th, but he went on ultra softs. So, P17. At least the team objective is 18th or higher, but the team goal of 11th or higher didn't need it here, and this was one of those races where I thought I could probably do that. But that's that. We're going to head to the race.
We're back once again beside the St. Lawrence River here in Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix. The event first moved to a variant of this track back in 1978. It was won by none other than Gilles Villeneuve, the first Canadian to ever win his home race, and in whose honour the circuit would be renamed. We'll be seeing top speeds of around 210 miles an hour here at the circuit Gilles Villeneuve, with around 2/3 of the lap taken at full throttle. High-speed chicanes spell potential danger, especially at the infamous Wall of Champions. And watch out for overtaking into the hairpin and the final chicane. Anthony Davidson joins me again for the race today. Let's talk about Mercedes. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do, and that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
Mercedes with a slender
Almost
lead.
ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole
Vettel at
position,
pole.
and it's Lewis
At
Hamilton
4/10.
alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Raikkonen, Verstappen, Valtteri Bottas, and Alonso, Sirotkin, Ocon, Ricciardo, and Sergio Perez.
Teammates starting
Hulkenberg,
7th.
Grosjean, Stoffel Van Dorn, and Magnussen. Sainz, Leclerc, the Professor, and Brendan Hartley. Gasly and Marcus Ericsson rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
It's a short run up to the
Keep
first
your eyes
turn
open
and
when we run to turn
chicane.
1 and keep it clean. We want to come out in one piece. Good luck.
Short run up to that first turn, to that first chicane. So this could be a hectic first corner, and I'm definitely going to be trying to avoid contact. It looks like I've got the inside for turn 1, which will give me the outside for turn 2. If we're still side by side by that point, I'm going to have to be really, really careful on turn 1. Turn 2 shouldn't be as big of a problem. I'll be able to get on the accelerator a little bit earlier than those to my inside on the exit, but I'll have to take the long way around. You know what? I think I'm gonna keep the strategy the way it is. Maybe aggressive early on in this. You know what? Maybe not. Maybe not. Let's go ahead and flip this strategy here. I'll start with the ultras. I'll go to the hypers. Okay, looks like I could get 8 laps out of him, so we'll aim for that. Fuel-wise, pace was my issue, not the fuel load. When I ran the fuel program and couldn't get that one perfected, I was still trying to find the pace. Make sure we have enough to get there, so we'll add just a little bit more. Okay, with that, I guess we're ready to go. I really need to try to keep this clean in the first 2 turns. After that, things should open up, free up a bit. It's first turn more than second. I'm not too worried about second because there's not much of an acceleration zone in between. It'll just be holding my line. It shouldn't slow down a lot again, especially when I'll have the outside for turn 2. But I'm very nervous about the braking zone for turn 1 coming off the line. So if I can get through that clean and not burn one of 2 flashbacks that I have, that would be the best scenario. And get through the first lap in its entirety, but more worried about this first turn than anything else. So I might be a little off the pace going into turn 1 just so I have extra room to react. We'll see. But with that, we're going to put 5 red lights up here in Montreal at the Circuit Villeneuve. And 5 red lights are up. And slow start. Gasly's gotten by. I'm all the way to the back, so I was able to find myself a little bit of space here. 3 wide. On the outside, just as I expected. Oh, Hartley just cut me off big time there. Allowed Gasly to get in front. Had 2 warnings on Gasly already. This time he hits me. Oh, I got the warning the last time? Really? Whew. Squeeze Hartley out of the way there. And we are P17. Not a great start. However, car's intact. Oh my goodness. And now we have... I should have known it was going to back up like that. So there goes our first flashback. And I need to anticipate it this time. Thought I might have gotten a nudge from Hartley, but it doesn't look like it. He's far enough back there unless he backed off after the nudge.
Okay, we've lost the position. That's us down a place.
A little dark back here. Had my own little nudge of the wall there. It's a wall that a lot of people nudge in real life, but I don't seem to do it in game, except for that occasion. Outside of wasting a flashback and some warnings, which could get me a penalty here in the near future, it's a decent start. Car's intact. We're in a racing position. We're not in last. Problem is, I'm not gaining anything at the moment. However, I will be faster at the end of the race than I am now.
DRS is now enabled. Will be available to use when you are within 1 second of the car ahead in the DRS zone.
Ooh, I must have just been over 1 second behind by the smallest of margins, because I did not pick up DRS there. And ooh, I had to get out of that one as Van Dorn was really slow. Look to the inside of Van Dorn. Ooh, he's still there. Tried to squeeze him out, but he didn't get out of my way. Now he goes to get out of my way after he's already in my way. Luckily, that did not break the wing, and Van Dorn's got a problem. He is so slow. He is blocking me at every chance he gets. Late braking here, and the dive to the inside works. We get past Van Dorn. And I get DRS on the exit out of there, too. So that is going to help me pull away from him.
Our gap to the car in front is 1.8 seconds.
1.8 behind Leclerc, so no DRS this time. Van Dorn. Keep an eye out, make sure he's not coming too far back to see whether his flaps down or up. Alright, so self-reminders plus reminders for you. So it is 10 laps that we're looking to go on this first stint. Definitely want to make sure I keep the car intact until then. So a couple close calls there with Van Dorn was a little scary. We just made a really good sector, and they're slow in front of us.
The gap behind us is 3.1 seconds.
It's going to give me DRS. Somebody's holding everybody else up, so there might be some damage on someone's wing up here at the front of this line. Okay, I left a huge gap behind me, and Hartley's gone around Van Dorn, so yes, I do think that Van Dorn's got a problem. He actually started in the top 10, I believe.
We're trailing our teammate by 5.1 seconds.
Let's see, we got Magnussen in front of Leclerc, who's behind Sainz. Get off the racing line to avoid hitting Leclerc's gearbox on that one. Somebody's definitely slowing this train down. And there's a red car at the front of this line, so I'm wondering if it's actually a Ferrari. Hamilton on pole. No, wait. It's a Williams. It's a Williams. It's Sorokin.
Sergey is in the pits. Sergey in the pits.
That's just his lack of engine power, I think, holding everybody up. A little run here.
We're leading
Think
our
about having a
teammate
look to the
by
inside.
8.9
Nope.
seconds.
Ooh, somebody's come up behind me. My gains have been negated. The the holdup here in traffic. It's Hamilton. Hamilton's pit already. I'll let him go. Racing him would be unwise. Give myself a blue flag.
Car ahead is coming to put on the ultra soft tyre. Car ahead is now running ultra softs.
Another car coming in. Still close enough here. Now Raikkonen is behind me.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the hyper softs.
Bottas comes out just ahead of me. So he's ahead of Raikkonen now. So Bottas has jumped Raikkonen. I'm gonna find myself going quite slow.
1.8 seconds.
Ferrari to my outside, he'll get past. Ooh, he locks up a little bit there. Two laps until I pit. Alonso's that next car. For the moment, I am in P9. And running well. And I've got good enough pace here at the moment to keep up with the Ferrari. The Mercedes got away from me. Woo! Oh! Oh! Oh, I thought I had saved it. I thought I had saved it. Somebody's side by side with me.
The car behind is 2.6 seconds.
Still side by side. It's a Red Bull. Will not give me room. It's of course it's Max Verstappen. Other cars have pit, so I actually moved up to 7th despite that big slide. It was massive oversteer, and I thought I had saved it and corrected. And then when I went to turn for turn 2, it didn't turn. It kept going, so...
Let's turn up the ERS deployment and burn some of this energy.
Oh! Well, there goes my second. There goes my second. It's coming out of there, so I need to be back here. Nope, nope, nope. Not too far back. Not too far back. Right there is good. Slate coming out. Tires are starting to go. That's part of it. Okay, Ocon's the one behind me now. Currently in P7. Hamilton just set a new fast lap. I have one more lap until I pit. Make sure I don't crash. I'm out of flashbacks. I do have some fuel to burn. This might be a good time to do that.
Let's box this lap.
Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna wait. Ooh, I just did it again, but I saved it this time. Turn that back down. I am conserving fuel well right now. Another little bit of oversteer there. I'm a little, I'm getting on the gas a little bit later on my exits right now because of the amount of understeer that I'm getting with the tires as far gone as they are. Okay, I'm going to stay to the left side, force them to go around my right. Oh, son of a...
Okay, you have wing damage. This will be a major performance impact unless you box for a new one. Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
Ocon cuts in front of me and then hits the brakes. I understand why, but you should know that now I've got to get a new wing, so I'm losing even more time.
Go, go, go.
I'm going to set standard and medium for a little bit.
Pit strategy complete. See these
Down to
tires
last.
through to the end now.
Van Dorn and Ericsson are back here. Now, can I get back up to at least P18? That's that team objective I need to hit. Remember, I've only had the 2 mistakes. Went off track there once, lost 5 seconds. Plus a few extra seconds for the wing repair just now. And I lost a couple seconds on pit entry thanks to Ocon coming in front of me. And it's not his fault, but it's... He's got to know that I'm entering pit road, but why would he know that? Okay. Now we'll turn this up to high for a little bit. We'll try to get a time check this time. Remember, we're going to be fast till the end, so that's a good sign.
Gap to car in front is 7.0 seconds.
Seven seconds. It's a second a lap. And that's just to Ericsson. That I could probably do. But can I get Van Dorn, who had his own wing problem and dropped back?
The gap to the car ahead is 1.5 seconds.
Laps to spare, and I've caught the back of the grid. Van Dorn has dropped back, so he's continuing to drop back, so it's got to be mechanical, whatever problem he's having. Good news is he hasn't dropped back far, he's just dropped back
We
to
have
19.
5 laps of fuel remaining.
DRS.
Brilliant. Nice move.
Gasly's up next. Ericsson's gotten around him as well, so Gasly looks to have a problem. I don't know if that was just brake dust, but I saw something fly. It looks like smoke coming out the rear end. Snap of oversteer, saved it there. Alright, we're going to try to get Gasly this time. Getting to the inside here. And the pass is made.
Battery
P18.
charge is low. If we turn down the ERS deployment, we can harvest more energy.
Yellow, somebody's got a problem, and oh, my teammate Sorokin out of the race. I thought he had a real chance to get a top 10 today. His first. The good thing is, for me, I benefit from that.
Sergey's dropped out of the race. We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
A little closer to Ericsson here.
This is your final lap of the race.
Sebastian Vettel has won the race.
Less than a lap of fuel now. The tank is empty.
Oh, I lost my DRS. No DRS here at the end. I don't think I'm going to catch him. It's going to be P17. Oh, P17. Not a good race overall, but considering I never got passed
All right,
other
race
than
over.
off the start
Take
line,
care of the car on the way in.
that is a decent sign. I did get passed by like Hamilton, Raikkonen,
Wherever you
Verstappen.
go,
But
anywhere in the world, the prancing horse flags are dominant in the grandstands, and they're out in force again today. It's Ferrari on the top step once more.
Vettel, Raikkonen, Hamilton. So Raikkonen was able to get back around Hamilton before the end of the race. We never saw Vettel, so presumably Vettel was still up front even at that time, so he came out of the pits in front of us. Feel bad for my teammate, Sorokin, who
And
DNF'd.
now let's take a look at the driver's standings.
Looks like it
Well,
was
the
a
lead at the top
mechanical.
has come down after a poor result for our points leader. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
I'm going to say Carlos Sainz. It was probably one of his best drives this season, and I was thoroughly impressed.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. The lead at the top comes down after a strong weekend from the challenging pack. There was also a strong showing from the McLaren team today as they make their way up the standings. After all this drama, you'd be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
Yeah, I was 7 seconds behind Ericsson when we came out of the pits. I ended up finishing 1 second behind him. He caught and passed Gasly and Van Dorn. Both of them, I think, had some sort of mechanical slight that was slowing them down a little bit. So I did benefit from that. So overall pace, not terrible, but definitely not good either. We do still have the slowest engine, and that certainly matters here as you spend a lot of the lap driving flat out. So in the standings, Hamilton in the lead. Vettel moves ahead of Raikkonen, his teammate, by 1 point. Bottas a bit further behind. And then it's a huge gap as the Red Bull's not doing too well, really, this season. Certainly not by their standard. And we still have 4 cars that have yet to score a point, and myself with just 1. So in Constructors, Toro Rosso is scoreless. We have 1. Sauber has 10. Haas has just 18, and even McLaren just 23 points now after Alonso had a pretty decent day today. And Mercedes still ahead of Ferrari in the Constructors but the lead is down to 4 points. Well, that's all the time I have for this one, so be sure to hit that like button and tune in next time on my Road to the Record. Bye for now.